All right, so working out in the gym, one of the pillars of this channel and my philosophy and beliefs. Why is it important to work out? Why do I have to work out? Because, and you could yap about it for hours and days, which is exactly what we're going to do in this video. But really, when we break it down, right? Fundamentally, when you break it down, everyone here, everyone listens to this video, everyone want to better and improve themselves, is going on a spiritual journey. That's why I always say the gym it's a spiritual journey disguised as a physical one, because you'll go through many changes when you work out, but the weights will be there, the barbell will still be there. That's the constant thing. But your beliefs, your spiritual alignment, a lot of things are going to change as you go on the journey. For me, I think one of the biggest changes was just how high your standards could get. And I recognize now that really, once you understand your standards, you'll fight to the life or death, literally, to maintain them. Because again, you're only going backward or forward, but there's nothing no one could tell me that would get me to stop lifting, stop working out, stop hitting my approach goal. All these things I talk about. No, there's nothing anyone can say I would diminish it, because those are my standards. I do them for me. The reason the gym is so important to work out is because it's the first way that you start to develop the delayed gratification, being patient, detaching from things, detaching from outcomes. See, the reason a lot of people, you can't work out consistently is because you just outcome. Oh, I just want to be in shape. Just want to be in shape. It's so much more than that. So when you only focus on that outcome, you can't have the identity shift needed in your mind that I'm a healthy person. I'm a person that does difficult things. See, when you have that identity, gym becomes very easy because, it's just something you do now. You don't have to cry and I don't have time, or I'm busy, or I don't feel like working out, And even if you do have those thoughts, it's your old self, which it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. So even if it does pop up, it's killed immediately. Occasionally, I won't lie, you're like, damn, I don't want to wake up so early. But then I'm like, nah, lock it and go. Just don't even think about it. And this is why a gym too, because it also establishes routine and discipline. A lot of you just want variety for variety's sake, but you got to be okay with putting your head down, doing the same thing day in, day out, working out at the same time, eating the same meals. You got to get comfortable doing that. A lot of you are very emotional, like most women. Not to say that's a bad thing, but as men, you don't want to be up and down. You don't want to be like everyone's blood sugar because they're eating so much, it's spiking constantly. You need the strong spiritual alignment. You need to be stable where you follow systems logic. Oh, I'm a little sore. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's a workout day. I'll work out. That's it. Because as soon as you start to think about it, the brain will rationalize more and more reasons why you shouldn't work out, because it doesn't want to do difficult things. It wants to seek comfort, which is why the gym is so powerful, because you're willingly seeking discomfort basically every other day or whatever your workout split is. So when you can master that, you really do master yourself, and then you can master other things. I think a lot of us, we want to skip that part. That's why I always fall back to these things. Because now I recognize more than ever how important it is that you have the gym and diet locked in, because that's going to serve as your base. How you build merit for yourself, that you can stick to things like consistently for like a really, really long time. That's why I take it so serious now. You have to work out. There's thousands of benefits. For one, it's going to make it so all you big backs out there, and you know what I'm talking about. If you love food, great, work out, because your TDE is going to go up. It's not going to get stored as fat as much. And you'll need to eat more food to maintain your weight, because your metabolism is going to get better from all the muscle you're putting on. So if you're a big back, you should be in the gym. I mean, you should be in the gym regardless. But if you love to eat food, that should be reason enough. Work outside, you can actually enjoy the big back foods. But the only paradox of that is when you are in shape, you're probably not going to go to Crumble every other day. Or maybe you can. Maybe there are people out there that are that locked in where they have Crumble days like planned out, like months in advance, or it might be like twice a week. But the other days they're so locked in, it's fine. I'm sure there are people out there like that, but most people, I think, try to do that too soon. You know, you want to have cheat meals, but you can't even consistently eat the same meals or consistently work out yet. So you have to be patient, wait, give it time, where you develop that resilience, you know, that ability to, oh, you can go to McDonald's and then the next 6 days you're like ultra locked. I don't think many people are at that point yet. Even myself, which is why this month and next month, every day is a test too. That's another day. It's really some anime shit, you know. It's really like every day is a test. Every day you get tested. But the more you consistently pass these mini tests or micro tests or whatever you want to call them, the more you build confidence towards that future version of yourself, that better version of yourself, which is what everyone wants. So the small wins, they do add up too. I've been rereading Atomic Habits. I mean, everyone's, I'm sure, well, maybe not, but if you haven't, definitely read Atomic Habits. But the importance of habits and just consistently doing even a small amount, consistently doing a small amount every day is better than these bursts and spurts of energy. That's why for the gym, knowing what day, a lot of us, we don't know what day we're going to work out. We don't know the time. We don't know what meals you're going to eat. You've already lost because there's no coherent plan. See, for me, boom, it's the same days. Boom, 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 done. The same meals, boom, boom. It only deviates slightly depending on like a few factors, but it's basically the same meals just on repeat. So because it's so simple, it's just, you don't have to think about it much. So I just do it. And once you get so locked in, if you don't work out for whatever reason, you're just gonna have this like itchy feeling, like, oh, it's like 6 o'clock, I'm at the gym. You'll feel weird. That's how you know that's really been engraved into your soul. Because the gym, it just gives you structure, and the gym is a good way to build other habits also. Because if you work out consistently, you can habit stack. That's also in the book. Immediately after the gym, okay, you can add another productive habit, and then maybe another one after that. Or a way to reward yourself. Okay, maybe you really like, you know, like me, well, watch my anime. Let me work out, then I can watch an anime episode. Which is what I've been doing kind of lately as I get back more into it. You know, after I get home, get my last meal, because after I hit my last meal, I hit my protein goal. I stayed in a deficit. Can reward myself for one episode, you know? So now you have that to look forward to after a day of you worked out, you hit your protein goal, you got your meals in, you didn't eat any goy slop. You can reward yourself at the end. But having that routine, I think, is really important as dudes because it keeps you stable, especially when shit hits the fan or, you know, you're going through things. That's when it's most important. You have to still work out, still eat right. That's when it becomes the most important because it's easy to be emotional and deviate from those things. But we're men, we got to be, and it's not even toxic masculinity. Innately, women are going to be more emotional. They have more estrogen. You could even, if you want the science, if someone has a higher body fat percentage, they're going to have less emotional stability because if you're 30% body fat, you have hella estrogen, you're not going to be as confident. So you will be more emotional, which will make you more feminine, like literally. And it's not about toxic masculinity, but if you're trying to be someone that can commit to things and really go after goals with 1,000%, you got to be locked in. You have to follow systems and logic and not always work off emotion. Because if you work off emotion, you're not going to work out consistently. Motivation doesn't work. You need discipline. You got to grit your teeth. I'll never forget. I don't remember the exact scene in My Hero, but it's when they're fighting Shigaraki the first time and like Deku awakens like a bunch of his quirks. And I think it's after like Aizawa almost dies. But I just remember this scene of like Deku, he's just angry. And I think they were like, Deku, get out of here. And Deku's like, no. And he's like gritting his teeth. You can just see the sheer determination and anger. He's like, no. Like, this nigga hurt people I care about. I need to lock in and fucking buy a nigga Shigaraki. But you need, I'm telling you, fucking go to the show. But you need that like grit where you're like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep going. I won't stop. till I see what's on the other side. You have to be obsessed about it. That's why I can record these videos, because it is an obsession. You're not gonna get your goals unless you're obsessed. And I mean genuinely obsessed. The gym, I think about it every day. Even when I'm not, when I'm at work, I'm like, damn, you're thinking about like ways to like optimize your routine, but you have to be that obsessed. That's the standard. That's the bar, but you recognize people's standards are so low. That seems crazy. Oh, all you think about is the gym. Does nothing else matter? I mean, of course other things matter, but the gym is definitely before any bitch. Trust me, I'm getting my workout in. I'm eating my ground beef, like, and I'll die on that hill. And I've really come to terms with it. Like, I'm okay with that, because I'm telling you, anyone that works in sales, the infamous "I gotta talk to my wife" objection. See, the reason that it exists is because that person, they've put more worth on pleasing someone else than themselves. That's very dangerous. And I don't ever want to get to that point. I really don't. Because maybe it's possible where you can have that physique, be 10%, and you can still put your wife first. But I haven't seen it. I don't know anyone yet. And that's another thing too. If you don't know anyone, that's one of the things that you want to do, or that's already doing, or basically complete the things you want to do. You got to seek them out, find them, And that's why everyone records, makes videos like this, because we're all looking for other like-minded people. Because genuinely, I'm telling you, I recognize it now more than ever. Many people are not locked in. And the ones that say they are, they're not. They're not. But the way you'll know, the easiest way I would say, if someone's on SR for months, they're hitting the protein goal daily and they're working out consistently, and I mean for months, and they haven't missed a workout, that person's locked in. That's not even how high the bar is. That's the standard. But the bar is so low now that seems impressive though that's the standard. And it really changed things for me, because now I'm thinking, oh wow, this is a standard. Like that's sage mode. That's not even like 6 paths or like Bayron mode, ultra instinct, ultra ego. That's just the base. That's just base sage mode, but that alone is enough for you to body pain. And if you can body pain, you can definitely achieve any goal you want and more. Which is really crazy when you think about it, how low the bar is. This is why you're gonna see when you really lock in, people are gonna be like, oh, you're eating that again? Oh, what about balance? Fuck balance. Shit never gets old, man. It's actually funny. People want extraordinary results, but they want moderation. You can't do it. You cannot do it. If you can get these Greek god physiques in balance, because it's funny. Everyone preaches the balance thing with the gym, but they probably went through a couple of years where they were going 5-6 days a week, right? It's like the gym canon event. Oh, okay. You started with PPL, then you recognize, okay, you can do PPL, but if your recovery isn't locked in, or you're trying to focus on other aspects of your life, you scale down to 5, 4, or 3. So ideally between 3 to 6, but of course when you're younger, you're going 6 days a week. So you're hitting each muscle group twice, and you've been doing that for years. So you have a very good base, and then you switch to a different routine. Now you're saying that routine's the magic pill. No, that routine's not the magic pill. The magic pill is the consistency. Because the split really didn't matter. You were just consistent for years. But they try to sell you it's this specific split, this specific training style. Doesn't matter. And that's another thing too. Don't get to the point where the analysis paralysis is why you have to retard max. Retard max like Deku. Just fucking run out there and say Bakugo. Start breaking your fingers, not literally of course, but man, fucking Deku's the OG retard maxer. I can't stress that enough. That nigga's fucking insane. And that does not think. And it's funny, he does start to think later, but he just does, Very inspiring. Deku just does do. I'm gonna save that little girl. I'm gonna save that little boy, That's another thing too. A lot of us, you might want the 6-pack physique. You might want to bench 405 or do something really exponential, but you can't do basic things like retain, work out consistent for a couple of months. And I'll never forget, it's another My Hero scheme where Deku goes like infinite 100% against Overhaul, right? That's another crazy scene too. Anyone that understands what he's doing, He's basically destroying his body faster. Wait, no, he's destroying his body so that Eri can heal him, so that he can actually unleash all his power. Like that's next batshit level crazy, right? But he's like, if I can't save one little girl in front of me, like how can I expect to be a hero that saves everyone? You know, if you can't save a little girl, how do you expect to be the greatest hero? If you can't retain for 30 days or a week, how do you expect to lead multiple people, thousands of people, or start a business or do anything exponential if you can't do the basic things? That's why it all starts with the gym, because how you do that is how you're going to do everything else. But you have to build those reps first. Don't skip the gym. And I will always stress that. Do not skip the gym. It's very important. You need it. Because if you want to get to the point where you're like Deku and you're firing up 100% smashes with no drawback, you have to first learn how to control that power. And you need to work out consistently for years. Bare minimum 5, honestly. Bare minimum 5. And even for me, it's been eye-opening because now that I know what the standard is, I'm thinking, okay, this is day one, because 5 years from now, with the same vibration or higher, I can imagine how I'm going to look when I wake up. And that really excites me. Which is why, man, anime is so fucking awesome. Like, just seeing some of the shit Deku does, or Jinwoo, even Goku, and just really want to like surpass your limits and just get better and better. It's very exciting. And that's how the journey should be. When you're around like-minded people, or you see people, you know, that are basically you, but they've been doing it longer. That's very important too. Like having a mentor figure, but not even a mentor figure, just someone that like, you know, is you, literally like personality wise, or they had a similar origin to you. And you're on that same self-improvement journey genuinely. Because that's very rare, but cherish that person, you know, cherish those groups. If you're in like a Discord or something, definitely cherish that, because you're not going to find much people like that in person, because a lot of people, they talk about it, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They don't work out. And if they do, it's twice a week, but they're eating like Goy Slop or McDonald's. So they're not really, they might as well just not work out. You know, there's no point. If you don't take the diet seriously, do not work out. That's why you need all of them. Unfortunately, I guess SR would be, no, actually, no, I can't even say that. That's arguably the most important one, because it serves as the greatest amplifier, because it's arguably the hardest thing to do. But then you could really argue nutrition is harder, because you have to eat every day. So every day is literally a test. See, with SR, you know, if you're on like a secluded island and it's only yourself, or you're not going out much, you're really locked in, SR gets a lot easier. But with the diet, you have to eat every day. You could maybe fast every other day, but you still have to eat basically every day. So like gluttony and lust, they go hand in hand. But those that master or conquer those genuinely, because that's another thing too, you have to conquer yourself first before you can conquer anything else. Which is why the SR practice is very important in itself. And many people, we're still downplaying the importance of these things. That's another reason we can't commit to them. You see, I genuinely rest in the awareness every day. This shit is life and death. It's very important. Missing a workout is so much more than some of you can even understand. Honestly, missing a workout, it's life or death. Because it's almost as if you miss a workout, right? You're going back to that old version of yourself. But even more importantly, you went against a commitment that you made. So that's a vote for a weaker version or an older version of yourself, you know? Which is why, because remember, you're only going forward or you're going backward. Now, if you go 9 steps forward, 1 step back, you've still gone forward and maybe a 6 average or whatever, but it's still just very important, you know. If you say you're gonna do something, do it and be consistent. If you need accountability partners, find one, or if you're blessed enough to have one, you know, definitely utilize them. But we have to keep and honor the commitments that we make to ourselves, because if you can't honor your body, right? If you can't honor the vessel, how do you expect, you know, to honor other people, family. Like you have to really, it all starts with you. It always starts with self improvement, which is why the gym is so important. Like a lot of you, even after watching a bunch of these videos, will still undermine the importance of the gym. People, you guys don't get it. People have been saved from suicide. Maybe like they would have probably been mass murderers. Crazy things. I know me firsthand. I would definitely would have been a drug addict if not for the gym. The gym saved me in ways I can't even express. And it's something you're not gonna understand until you've really gone through it for years. Because the gym is gonna give you that emotional stability to handle difficult shit. I'm telling you. Because you think about it, everyone is addicted to something. People love to smoke, they love to drink, they love to eat. Those same people are gonna love the gym. It's just a healthier way to cope, with the daily, life and just, everything we're going through. But we're all always gonna be addicted to something. So why not let it be the gym? You get all these benefits. You can be even bigger big back, but you won't actually like a big back. You actually like you work out, better hormones, better energy. You won't need caffeine. I know some people watching this might sound crazy, but I don't need caffeine. I don't get dips at 2 p.m. I don't need caffeine. But if you get adequate sleep and you eat right, you won't need caffeine. Many people, they can't function without their caffeine. They need a stimulant. They need a drug just to function. You have to recognize there's weakness in that. If you need your pre-workout to work out, then you're dependent on it. What happens when you don't have the pre-workout? It's not going to work out? See, no, you can't, You don't want to be so dependent on something like that. Or if you have your pens or whatever, fucking breathe air. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Fucking Jesus Christ. Don't, babe, please. But put the goddamn pen down. The sugary drinks, the caffeine, all these things. We have to stop running. This is why I always preach SR and just being locked in. If you're genuinely locked in, you're going to be forced to deal with the parts of yourself you don't like. Thoughts you had, things you suppressed, they will creep up. I'm telling you, they will pop up as a consequence of the spiritual journey. But when you see those things, you'll be able to react to them. You overcome them or you merge with them, Like Naruto, because a lot of times it's not really a bad thing. You just have to learn, okay, the Nine Tails, it could be good or bad, I have this thought, it could be good or bad. It's just how I associate with it, That is why the gym is so important. For this video, the next one, the day after, the gym is innately a pretty big portion, as to why I record these videos and why I continue to push myself. I could say it's anime too. That's been a big inspiration, just seeing the shit they go through, Like when shit really hits the fan and they lock in, it's like, how can you not work out? I think that's why a lot of really jacked people fuck with anime. Because a lot of anime characters also go through a very spiritual journey, especially Naruto. Even Deku too, just going from like incompetent, not confident in himself, to, like, I can do this, I can be someone that inspires and saves other people. Naruto going from, wanting people's attention to like earning it through like providing himself with value, not going down the wrong path like Pain. I don't think a lot of people recognize that Naruto had every fucking reason in the world to burn that world to the fucking ground. And he didn't. Pain did. Pain was like, Pain, he had every right to what he did. But it's almost sad, because two people, very similar situations, but how to react to it, that you can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you react to it, how you respond. That's why you need that emotional stability, that emotional pillar. Never forget that. The gym will help you build that. SR will help you build that. Lock down your diet. All these things will help you do that. That's why you gotta stay locked. Go to the fucking gym, stay locked in. Let's get it.